Hello and welcome back to my channel. Glory to Jesus, honor to Mary and Joseph. Since we have established that the word Bible is from the Greek biblos or Latin biblia, which means collection of books, then the obvious fact is that someone or a group of persons collected the books together. The books did not just magically or miraculously come together like our modern-day miraculous bank alert prophecies. The question then is, who collected the books and what criteria or canon did the person or group of persons use? For more than 300 years of Christianity, the Bible as we now know it was not in existence. For sure, there were books flying here and there. There was also the one we now call the Old Testament. But someone needed to automatically say which books should be used as scriptures or which should not. It was only at the end of the 4th century that the books were collected and defined by the Church Council. The best way modern readers can appreciate this is to cast their minds to that era where there was no denomination. It was just one church. It was in the Council of Rome in AD 382 and the Council of Carthage in AD 397 that the official books in the Bible were agreed on. The credit goes to Pope Damasus I. Within this period, the Ethiopian Christians, or what is known as the Ethiopian Orthodox Tawahedo Church, had already started to diverge from what was happening in Europe and around the Mediterranean. It is understandable how they added books to their canon, but we will talk about that later. The official books from the council are the 46 books in the Old Testament and the 27 books in the New Testament, making it a total of 73. This is what people generally refer to as the Catholic Bible, but this is where we all started. Take note of the date it was agreed, 382 AD, 4th century. It was not Constantine that defined the books. Constantine had died by then. He died in 337 AD. It was not King James. King James was not born then. He was born on 9th June 1566, almost 1,200 years later. It was not Martin Luther the Reformer. Martin Luther was not born then. He was born on November 10, 1483, about 1,000 years after. The criteria they used were simple. The books we call the OT were largely defined already even during the time of Christ. So the council just adopted it. They adopted the version of the OT called Septuagint. We shall know more about Septuagint later. For the New Testament, 3 criteria were largely used. 1. The 3 divine qualities. 2. Reception by the churches. 3. Connection to an apostle. This was how they narrowed the books to 27. If a book is not seen to be divine, and the different churches at that time did not receive it, and there was no connection of the book with any apostle, including St. Paul, it was rejected. How did the Protestants or Ethiopians get the number of books in the Bible they use? This is where I need to talk about the Septuagint in detail. We shall discuss more on Septuagint in our next video. Thank you very much for watching.